It's ridiculously early. It's 1 week before Christmas. I've got this bottle of booze to get to West Wales and a pretty new BMW R1300GS. What to do? Let's go.
Good luck then, folks. Right then, we've just done all the boring motorway bit the M25, etc. Picked up the A41. We're now following this, and then I can't remember which road it was. I plotted it up on Cali, and I'm heading to Pembrokeshire, West Wales. Like I said in the intro, it's a week before Christmas. It's finally stopped raining and freezing here in good old Blighty. Most of November it was just freezing cold, ice everywhere where I live, and if it wasn't frozen it was dinging it down with torrential rain. So I hardly rode this at all. Obviously picked it up in October, end of October. I've done about 1,300 miles fairly quickly. I've hardly ridden it for the last month, 6 weeks. So when my missus said to me, "Don't suppose you're going to be going to Wales anytime soon, are you?" Well, there's only one real answer for that, isn't there? So I'm doing the Santa thing, taking a wee bottle of plonk for Crimbo to some of our friends, Max and Bus, and I thought, well, since I've got you as a captive audience, why don't we have a chat? And now I'm sat in traffic. Right, let's get through traffic and we'll have a proper natter. Okay then, folks, that's us. We're off all the boring roads. We're now on the A40. We're still in England, not quite in Welsh Wales yet, but we're not far from it, I think. Heading towards sort of Chepstow Way, and then I think we're just following the A40 all the way across Haverfordwest and then onwards to Littlehaven. So what's the crack? Have I covered this? I can't remember if I've covered it, so let me do it again. Oh, there they are. Let me hear you. Nationals! Yeah, so I just thought, you know, let's have a chat. I've been doing loads and loads and loads of sort of trip vids and basically working my way through a massive backlog of content on the channel. So there's not been much actual up-to-date stuff where I've had a chance to really chat with you, and I'm not doing a podcast at the moment either. I'll sort of put that on hold. I'll cover why in this. So I just thought in this vid, let's just have a little chat. Right, what's going on? Where are we with the channel? Well, it's been a good year. It's been a really busy year. 2023 has been a year of tours. Chicken Strips is up and running with a vengeance. I've brought Simon Weir in. So Simon basically plots all the routes for us, and he leads most of the tours. And that leaves me free to film, work my way up and down the line of people, try and get as many people on camera as possible. But it's been brilliant. This year has been a really, really good year. You've probably seen the Forest Frolics one, which was the first tour we did into sort of Belgium, Luxembourg in March, early March 2023. Should have gone in April. That was eventful. And then from then, it was an action-packed year actually, so all those vids will be coming over Christmas and into the new year. And we start the 2024 season in April. Next month, January, I'm heading down to Toro. I'm going to see Lyndon because I'm going to do a 1250 versus 300 vid. Lyndon and I are going to take a 1250 out, and he's got a brand new 1300. So we're going to take them out. We're going to attack the Spanish mountain twisty roads, and also hopefully be doing a little bit of trail riding as well. So it'll be a really good opportunity to try out this monster, the 1300, against the old 1250. What am I thinking of the 1300? I absolutely love it. I just absolutely love it. I've not done a comprehensive review vid on it yet, basically because, you know, it's really hard this time of year to properly ride a bike. I think, you know, even these roads at the moment, they're still a little bit grotty and slimy in places, and this is my bike. I do not want to be throwing this thing up the road. Certainly not yet. It's not even got 1,500 miles. In fact, it's just ticked over 1,500 miles. So I've not really been pushing it, and I feel a bit cheeky to, you know, to claim I'm doing a review on a bike that I'm not in any way, shape or form pushing. So hold off on that, it will come. I think what I'll do is I'll just do like living with type vids, so the review will just be as I'm riding it day in, day out on the channel, and I'll let you know of any niggles and things like that I have with it. Maybe once I do the first 10,000 miles or something, 10,000 miles, I'll do a proper full-on review. But I mean, all I can say, folks, is if you're a GS fan, if you like the 1200 or the 1250, I mean, chuck your leg over the 1300. Don't just go by what you hear or what you see. I don't know, I think there's people out there that think it's, they just want to be different, so they want to say something negative about this bike. It's amazing. It has knocked the ball out the park, never mind moved it on. It's taken the GS in a massive leap and bound forward. It's fantastic, it really is fantastic. Now I'm going to be doing quite a bit of research into motorcycle sat-navs, apps for your phone. Brought on basically because the sponsorship with Kalimoto, you know, I have to produce some content specifically on Kalimoto at least once or twice a year. So as a sort of vid, I thought, right, let me show why I think Kalimoto is the best one out there. But then the more I was doing some digging, I suddenly thought to myself, oh, is it? Is it actually still the best out there? And I asked you folks, I asked all of you over in the clan for your feedback, and gotta be honest, it was pretty negative. I even chucked a few things out on the socials, and it was quite negative. And it started me thinking to myself, have they dropped the ball a bit? Have they rested on their laurels? Because I really did think Kalimoto was the best option overall, all over, you know, not just for navigating a route, but for plotting a route and all the different options that were available. Taking pictures and having the pictures plotted along your route, the multi-stage plotting, you know, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You can have all those different legs of the journey can have different routing options, twisty, fastest, no motorway, all that sort of stuff. And I don't think that's available anywhere else. So I thought, right, I'll get them all together and have a little look. Well, it's turning into a bit of a mammoth endeavour, so that is something that will be coming for sure. And so far, I've got to say this, and I'm not just saying this because Kali are a sponsor, but I definitely think Kalimoto's the best one out there. I really do. I think it's your best bang for buck. It's got all of the best options available. There are flaws to it, you know, its routing isn't particularly great, but I'll cover all this in the vid. It's been a weird year for me. The last sort of 6 months I've been a little bit negative, a little bit down about it all. You might have noticed that I stopped the podcast. I just, all that mud. I just was really struggling to keep all the plates spinning. It was just all getting a wee bit too much, you know, so I just decided, right, I'll let a few of the plates drop, and we'll concentrate on the one or two that we've got up there. So that's what I've been doing, trying to get my way through as much content as possible, trying to kickstart the channel again a little bit, because it's been a tough year for the channel, and that seems to be working. It's going well the last month or so. But I miss the podcast, I miss this, I miss the opportunity to just sit and chat. I miss talking with people. It's almost like it's my therapy, to be honest with you. It's really quite cathartic to just sit and have a conversation and just get things out there, and I miss that. So I'm looking forward to that coming back in the new year. Okay, we're on a wee B road at the moment. I have no idea at the moment. I'll let you know as soon as I know. But it's lovely. It'd certainly be good in the dry. It's a wee bit grotty at the moment. B4558. B4558. Oh, I miss this. It's weird. You'd think like doing bike YouTube and tours and stuff for a living now, full time, you would just be riding bikes all the time. But I actually ride less now than I ever used to, because I'm not commuting. I used to commute every single day, almost 7 days a week. So it's like 80 mile, 90 mile a day. I'm just not doing that anymore. Don't get me wrong, I love it, I love what I'm doing, but it is really nice to get out on the bike. I find myself, I'm almost like becoming a bit of a recluse over the winter, because, you know, I made a conscious decision just to, you know, come September time, pretty much, once the French Alps tour was done, I had nothing in the diary bar, I think 1 or 2 sort of evening with club talk presentation type things. That's about all I had, I think. So my plan was literally just sit and edit and edit and edit and try and clear the decks of it. But that's what I've been doing, and you know, I've been really enjoying it. I've been really enjoying getting into my editing again and sort of churning out some content. And there's some stuff there I'm really quite proud of. But it's made me, like, the thought of leaving the office, leaving the house and coming out into the big bad world again, it's almost like, oh no, I don't want to be outside, let me sit in the office. So it's like almost a bit of a pull to get out on the bike. It's ridiculous, I know, I sound like a spoiled child, but now I'm out. I don't care if it's raining. I love this bike, I absolutely love this bike. I'm not sure what the tyres are on this, but I feel a bit disconnected from the road, to be honest. I've done so many miles now with the Dunlop, sort of Mutants and Meridians. I know how they feel. This isn't them. I think this is the Tourance Next, and I just feel a little bit disconnected. Oh, glorious 20 miles an hour. Wales, what have you done? Why? Just why does this need to be 20 miles an hour? He says going by a school. Okay, I know why that needs to be 20 miles an hour, but a blanket one? Anyway, politics. Let's not chat about politics. It's a lovely wee bridge, this, isn't it? Wow. Look at that for a river. Are we Nationals? There they are. Nationals! Sync them up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I touched on the whole sponsor thing earlier. Yeah, that's got me thinking, you know, like, I've never hidden the fact that I don't, you know, I say what I think. I don't pull my punches. I say exactly what I think on this channel, whether, you know, it's a sponsor that's giving a bit of kit or whatever it is, a bike. I say what I think. Integrity is non-negotiable. Now, that's caused a few issues. I have lost some sponsors in the past, but, you know, I'm okay with that, because I'm not gonna play this game, which to me it feels like social media is going that way or has gone that way. The whole point I loved about social media initially was it gave the common person, the common man, the opportunity to have an input, you know, to say what they think, rather than the traditional journalist and the whole PR sort of world, for them to dictate effectively what we think. And I really don't like being told what to think or say. But I've kind of been a bit lost as to what I thought TeapotOne is, or what I want it to be. About a year or two ago, I had a consultation meeting with like a YouTube specialist. This chap called Tim Schmoyer. He's like a YouTube god. And he asked me that question. He was like, you know, what is your channel? What are you going to give the viewer? And I couldn't answer it. And I remember lining up that consultation, and it cost a lot of money. I remember lining it up and thinking, this is going to be the making of the channel. I am going to storm YouTube after this. And I'll be brutally honest with you, I don't think the channel's ever really recovered, because from that meeting I just lost like the impetus, and I lost a bit of drive, because I couldn't answer that question, and it had me sat there thinking, well, what is the point of the channel? What am I giving you as a viewer? I couldn't answer any of that, and it just left me a bit hollow, and like I was second guessing myself and all sorts. And it's taken quite a long time. It's probably taken a good couple of years now. And I got asked the same question by somebody else recently, but this time, rather than then just ask it and then leave me, they sort of helped walk me through an answer, or a possible answer, and I came up with the answer myself from that. And it's exactly, you know, and in my head, in my heart, this is exactly what I wanted TeapotOne to be all along, but I just didn't know that, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't put it into words. So what is TeapotOne? I just want TeapotOne to be, I want it to be a source of inspiration and influence for you, the viewer. I want it to be an example that anyone out there, if they have the will and the determination, they can set their mind, set their focus on a goal, whatever that is, whether it's to do with bikes or not. You know, I've said this all along, TeapotOne's not just about motorbikes. They play a huge part of it because they're my life, and that's our common love. But my mum's motto of live your life, that tagline, you know, that changed my life, and I know it's done the same for a lot of you out there. You've sent me messages about it. You're facing your own battles, or your family's facing battles, and I just want to be almost like a guide for you. Oh, I sound like a pretentious prick, I don't mean to be. But you know what I mean, like I want just to be an example for you that you can do it. You know, if you've got a dream out there that you want to do, whether that's setting up a business, travel, go to a different country, whatever it is, passing your bike test, take your bike across into Europe, take your bike into a different country, explore a different part of your own country, go down to your local bike cafe and get talking with people you don't know. Whatever it is, whatever your little Everest is, I want this channel to be an example for you to look at and go, I can do it, because that fat old boy's done it, so I can do it. Does that make sense? And I'll tell you what, that has given me like a renewed vigour, a renewed almost sense of being for what I'm doing on YouTube, and it's really given me a drive now. And that's transferred into the channel, because in the last sort of 6 weeks, 2 months, the channel's almost kick-started back into life. Everything has flipped around, and it's like the channel's breathing and growing again. So as we move into 2024, expect a lot more focused content like that. I'm not going to be sat here with a pair of cymbals dong, dong, all the time. I'm not doing that. I just want to get out there and live my life and show you that you can do it too. Oh, got some admin for the channel actually. Right, let me get onto some more interesting roads and then we can cover that as well. It's just been okay so far. I hope I've not been boring you. Look at that, as soon as I put the cameras on, we're into a restriction. So channel admin, few things to cover here. Firstly, all you new people that have joined as subscribers on the channel, massive thank you. Welcome to the channel, thank you very much for coming on over. And the other thing is, for the first time in the channel's history, I'm now about 50-50 between subscribed and non-subscribed viewers of the channel. It's normally, for me anyway, more non-subscribers to subscribers, but now it's pretty much 50-50. So if you are watching the vids and you've not hit that subscribe button, then please make sure you do. That'll be a massive help. I want to try and get to 100,000. It's a 12-year-old in a police officer's uniform. Yeah, I want to try and get to 100,000 subs if possible, because you get a nice plaque, and I want to put that in my Kazi downstairs. Seriously, no, that would be awesome. You know, I've been doing this YouTube lark for quite a long time now, and it would just be great to hit that 100k. I think I'm at about what am I at now, 87, something like that. So if you could help with that, that would be awesome. Next thing, Patreon. You lovely lot in the clan over on Patreon. Patreon.com/TeapotOne. I've never heard in any of this, folks. I could not do this full time without your support over on Patreon. So if you are in the clan, thank you so much. For some reason, Patreon has now decided that it will offer a free tier. Patreon's basically like crowdfunding, you know, and it's set up to help support creatives make some sort of living from their passion. So you can pick from, it used to be from $1, but I think the minimum one now I have is $3. It's basically anything below $3 a month. It's just not worthwhile because Patreon has to take a little fee and a cut out of it as well. And there's taxes and all this sort of stuff. So mine start, I think, at $3. However, Patreon has now said you have to offer a free membership tier. And they won't let you not have it. It has to be there. But they didn't tell any of us that this was happening. So all of a sudden, I noticed I had, like, you know, I think about 150 extra members on my Patreon. I was like, wow, that's incredible. What's going on here? But my income was actually falling. I was like, I don't understand what is happening. So basically what was happening was some people who were already clan members were noticing the free thing and going, well, hang on a minute, why would I pay when I can get it for free? So they were transferring across onto the free, and then a load of people were just joining as free anyway. So if you are on the free Patreon tier, thank you for wanting to be part of the clan, but I'm afraid you're kind of not, because the clan is for those that support the channel financially, ultimately. And as a free tier member, you won't actually get access to any of the content, and you won't, you know, get the invite details along to any of the clan meetups and rides that we do, just because I don't think it's fair that some people out there pay to help support the channel, and then you could also share in all the benefits of that and not pay anything. I just don't think that's right. If you don't want to financially support the channel, no problems at all, no issues with that in the slightest. Just keep supporting by watching the vids, following the socials. That is hugely appreciated. But the clan is for those that want to go that extra mile, and I will give everything I possibly can back to you for showing that support. Right, that's that out the way. Are there any people over stateside watching, listening? Well, March, I'm coming over and I'm going to be going to the Daytona Bike Week. So my mate Alan, that was on the podcast, he's invited me over to Kentucky. So I'm going to fly into Cincinnati. Alan's going to give me one of his bikes. I think he's got a Triumph 800, I think it is. And then I'm just going to hit the road from Kentucky and ride down to Daytona. I'll be in Daytona for the last Friday, Saturday, and then I'm also going to carry on going, go down to Key West, and then I'll turn around and ride back up to Kentucky again before I fly home. It's about 10 days I have. Well, including transit, it's actually more like 8 or 9 days. So if you're over that neck of the woods, you want to meet up, let me know. With the greatest of respect, I'm not looking for people to, you know, accompany me the whole way. I like and I need the solo part of travel. It's something I don't get to do that often, he says, riding to Wales. But, you know, if you want to come and do legs of it, then by all means, no problem at all. It'd be great to see you. And while we're on that topic, if you've got any suggestions of places to go, roads to ride, people to meet up with, then let me know. Drop me a line in the comments or DM me on any of the socials. Oh, it's getting dark, isn't it? Oh, another 20. Right. Nationals! And come up, 1, 2, 3. Right, that's us just come through Haverfordwest. So we're about 5 miles away now. Aye, so not too bad a run at all, actually. It was alright. Slow and steady. Nothing outrageous. Yeah, not too bad. So that's currently coming up for 3:10. Probably be about 3:15 by the time we get there. Drop the Prezi off, see if Max and Bus are there, have a cup of splosh with them if they are. If not, we shall be turning round and heading straight back. I'm just going to do motorway home. Services, I'll stop at the services a couple of times I think and have a wee kip. Feeling very tired now. No point riding when you're tired, folks, just pull over. Even a sort of 10, 15, 20 minute power kip. Normally have a cup of coffee, then have a snooze. By the time you wake up, the caffeine is in your system then. Bang, you're ready to go. So what are you all doing for Christmas then, folks? What's your plans? We've got the olds coming to us, so Nikki's mum and dad and my dad. They're all coming to us for Crimbo. Can't wait, actually. As an adult, it's hard Christmas, isn't it? Like, everyone asks you, what do you want? But, like, as an adult, if I want something, I just get it. And then everything that I want is in this sort of techie gadget world. So it's tiny and costs an absolute fortune. Do you remember the days when you were like 5, 6 years of age and you wanted that big plastic toy? So it was enormous, it was about 12 foot wide, came in a massive great big box and cost about £6. Why can't we have those days again? The shows. Now this gets very compact and beigey, this road, if there's other stuff coming. Just have to wind it in a bit. Now our mates Max and Bus, they own Springfield Farm. Now they've got some camping there as well. A couple of pictures with some facilities, and then you can walk down the big steep hill into Little Haven. It's not too far from Broadhaven either. Nice place. I'll leave their website here for you to check out if you're ever over this neck of the woods in Pembrokeshire. It's a lovely place to come to. A stall, like a farm stall. There you go, where they grow their own veg. I don't know if they're here. No, they're not. Oh, Nikki said they might not be here. Oh well. Right, let me go and drop this off. Boom. That. Give me a tick. Yeah, look. There's the stall there. They've got their own chickens and everything. It's cool. So if you're down this way, or if you're in Little Haven, Broadhaven down there, you know, you can come up here. There's a little honesty box. Chuck your money in, get yourself some free-range eggs, beautiful fresh fruit. Well, maybe not fruit, but veg anyway. Check out the website. Leave the Christmas Prezi. Take that. Oh no, that's not for us. Snows and Bruce, that is for us. Awesome. We whack that in there, and that will be us. Boom. Right, let's get back on the road and head home. Right, well, bit of an anticlimax, wasn't it? Sorry, Max and Bus. Would have been good to see you, but Christmas shopping has to come first. I get that. Well, this is a bit haphazard, this one, folks. I can't even remember what we've chatted about. I hope it wasn't too negative. But sometimes it's nice just to chat. I've really missed not doing the podcast, so it's nice just to have this. Although I know you're just sat there like a prisoner, listening to me drivel on. I do love this bike. It is awesome. This engine's got a nice note to it actually. That'll sound good with an aftermarket can on it. I don't know if I'm going to be getting the Jekyll and Hyde or not. I don't know if they've been happy with the content I've done. I've given that exhaust to Pete English, so Pete English now has that on his 1250. So make sure you give Pete's Instagram a follow, see what adventures he gets up to on that. Now somehow I've managed to turn these emblems off. I got these backlit emblems from a bike thing. Somehow I've managed to turn them off. I don't know how. Right, this will have to do us, folks. I think I'm just wittering on now. Hope you all have a cracking Christmas, however you're seeing it in. And if you don't do Christmas, I hope you're doing okay and you have a good time anyway, whatever you do. Thanks again for all your support this year, folks. Hope you've enjoyed watching the channel. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. So here's the 2024. I'll see you on the other side. Alright folks, keep doing your thing. Look after those that you love. Get on out there whenever you can. But most importantly, live your life. Woo-ha! Oh, 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 Merry Christmas.